Viking Ranch podcast channel proudly presents Really Jethreaux with McStoned. We now join our program already in progress. That's right. That's right. Welcome to Jethreaux. Happy Friday, everybody. We're here in the Jethreaux, the Viking Ranch podcast studios. Live with Roger Ladd Jr. This is Ladd's Lab.
I like it.
I got nothing.
You got to get on your microphone, bro.
Yeah, I like it. I've made it down here, and we are here.
You got a stroke and turn it on.
There it is. It's on.
All right. We got the mics on, and we're live here at the Viking Ranch podcast studios. Fucking July 31st, August. It's coming at midnight.
Yeah.
We might be going
The heat's
overnight.
My grandpa.
We've already had 2 bowls of sheesh, and we're really stoned.
Yeah.
Jethreaux.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Tell us about what's going on, Roger. Speaking of the mic.
The house is up for sale, and I'm on my way back to South Jersey. But since I'm in Oklahoma, I was like, man, I got to come see my brother again. So I came down here to the lab, and I'm like, all right, whatever y'all are doing down here, let's come and do it because I want to be a part of it and do something. So we're down here to do something. We'll see what it is.
Gonna do it.
That's it.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
We got Uncle Danny in the studio with us, too. Uncle Danny, how you doing? Happy Friday. It's good to see you.
I'm here. I've got a nice high coming.
He's cool as shit. Yeah, he is.
Got a nice high coming.
Is the Jägermeister kicked in yet?
Oh, I didn't drink any Jaeger.
You just showed it to us?
Jack and Coke.
Right on. Yeah, we're doing Jack Daniels. Gentleman Jack.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Courtesy of Roger.
I'm no gentleman.
What was it, 1994?
That was a good year.
Well, I graduated high school in 91 in Jersey. In 92, 93, I went to Anaheim to march in Velvet Night Snare Line. And then my childhood dream was to be in the Blue Devil Snare Line. And I told my mommy back in 88, I'm going to Concord to be in Blue Devil Snare Line. And eventually, that's what I got to 92, 93 VK, which is a nice level. And then I told Tom Float, who taught all them Blue Devil drum lines, I said, I got to go to Concord. And he understood because he's the one that made Concord what it is. And I went to 94 and did Blue Devils undefeated season. It was phenomenal. It was the time of my life. And now that I get to talk to all these brothers and catch up, I get to see who's doing what in the music industry, and it's incredible how many of them.
It's my grandpa.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My grandfather comes to the studio. He sits in the background. You'll hear him with his little voice box.
We got all this shit set up here.
Oh, Jesus.
We have Mortal Kombat 2 arcade style. Did you see
going
over there in the corner?
Yep. I need to switch it out with the speaker so we can plug it back in.
I'm pretty sure we're only running one angle of video today. So, to everybody that watches on YouTube, hey, how's it going?
Cool with me. Yeah.
See, now that we've got, with this setup, that is our master shot. That gives us a full spread with the board. I mean, it's a fisheye lens.
Yeah.
So,
That's where you need it.
Again, we're here at the Viking Ranch Podcast Studios, brought to you by the Viking Ranch Horse Rescue and Sanctuary.
Horses. Which is really cool.
They're taking care of. Where's my notebook? Shit, I actually have notes.
Can't remember where I put my book. Is that it?
If you know of neglected, mistreated, abandoned, and or struggling owners that need assistance maintaining their current horses, contact Jacob. It's
we
on
take
Facebook.
horses, not owners. I guess if
take
the
over,
owner was good enough looking, we might take her, but I don't know. But horses, take her. Yeah, we do that. We do horses.
Yeah, really cool. And
They're
that's really
basically
My
big
wife
dogs,
my
more
wife is
expensive dogs.
My wife is a horse person. She growing up in New Jersey, but yet she came to Oklahoma to the World Show up there at the fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. Like that was the big thing. Like my drum corps stuff was the national championships, but she had her horse thing, and that was in Oklahoma City, where they would travel to Oklahoma City and do all her stuff just to get here and do her. You know what they did with the horse stuff, but it's still really cool. Really cool.
Horses.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Time to throw down. You want to throw down?
What time is it? 5.
Can I get you to get on that guitar and throw down? So I've known Jeff
First
for
and
years.
foremost,
30 seconds.
Again, this is Jethro's. Really, Jethro.
Beet Lab meets Lad's Lab. Down in Vikingville.
You're not going to hear this next part because YouTube's going to probably give me shit because I took less than 3 seconds of music and looped it.
Yeah.
But we got to pay for this too. We're going to commercial. We'll be right back, y'all. Stick around.
You know the rules.
And we're back.
Grandpa.
Did you hear that?
Grandpa said Mary Jane. He likes Mary Jane.
So, Roger, before we get crazy, let's talk about your previous careers. Mixed Blessing was a band that you played with, and then you did a project in, I believe, 2002 with Jeff Gill.
I was 01 was
Jeff
me and Mixed
Gill.
Blessing, which was Byron and Les and Wayne, and we did your New Year's Eve party at your house, and a few days before, Reagan had her band, and we did our thing, and then we were supposed to open up for them because we were brand new, and then she heard us do so it was Freedom Rage Against the Machine is the song that we did, and we ran through our set, but we did Freedom Rage, and she was like, yeah, I think I'll open up for you guys, and you guys can. I was like, cool, but it was your party thing that was our first gig. And then after that, we played for a hot minute, and then I had my run with the boys, and then I still wanted to do something, and that's when I attached to you, and me and you kind of started playing around with stuff, and it was kind of cool. It's cool stuff.
I'm looking for the file, which is on my computer. So continue with the story. So
You'd
Wayne
have to
Duncan,
go way back.
Wayne Duncan
was my drummer with Mixed Blessing because basically Byron came out of Lore, and Byron wanted Wayne to play for Lore, and they went with Timmy, which is he's a great drummer. And then Wayne and Byron were like, well, what are we going to do? Because they went to high school together. They grew up together. They go back with Bradley and that whole clan.
But set the stage for the environment so that people are with you in the time. This is Stoops' second, third, fourth year.
I come out of 01 with Byron and Wayne and Les.
I know you're not a Sooner fan, but understand that where this song is coming from, it's a Crimson and Cream kind of motivation for this song.
Well, sure. They had just won the national championship in 2000, and then we were jamming and doing our thing in 01. So I had this Ronaldo Works Harder Than You, word is born and down in Norman. Ronaldo Works Harder Than You.
Ronaldo Works Harder Than
Yes.
You by Mixed Blessing. If anybody
Yeah.
has a bootleg recording of that shit from the Samurai.
It's online. It's online. Byron has it online.
Bullshit. Find it on your phone. You got your phone handy?
I'm telling you, teach
My
him.
computer's tied up. If you've
Ronaldo
got
Works.
internet, look for this. What is it?
Ronaldo Works Harder Than You. Word is born and down in Norman. Ronaldo Works Harder Than You. Aska, Nebraska. Yeah. So Ronaldo Works, but then teach him. Mixed Blessing was the band.
Ronaldo Works
Was the song.
Harder Than You.
And then there's another one. Teach Him was even the coolest song we ever did was Teach Him.
Roger, focus. It's REI.
Oh, no. RENALDO, Ronaldo Works. And he was a running back at OU before Adrian Peterson. It was Ronaldo Works. They played a home and home with Alabama, and it was right before Alabama started getting really good again. And it was Ronaldo Works was the running back. He was the tailback, and that was the thing. It was 30 yards Ronaldo to the left, 30 yards Ronaldo to the right. Boom, OU scored, and they beat Alabama both years that they played the home and home. But that was, like I said, right before Alabama started getting really good again and turned the curve and started all of a sudden dominating and went on their run. But then OU beat them again. What was that? The Sugar Bowl. OU went there and beat them, and I was working at OU. It was a really cool time. It was all good. But yeah, I did Ronaldo Works. But Teach 'Em was the cool one that I did with Byron and Wayne and Les. Manager was another one, but Teach 'Em was probably the coolest song that we put together. And it was very. I was Robin KRS.
And again,
Byron,
Byron, I want to give a shout out because I know you're going to get this
Yeah.
sooner or later through Facebook.
Right.
Somebody's going to share this shit.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear about this.
Oh,
Wayne,
yeah.
shout out. Fucking Byron, you guys, you smoked at my 2001 New Year's party on Ann Arbor that many people were at.
Cool.
So many more people were at that party that I have met since the party that remember that party.
It was epic.
It was truly epic. Johnny
epic.
Copeland, Johnny Sideburns put that shit together, and oh my God,
it ended
Quanah
up being way bigger.
I love
than
you, brother.
It was a huge deal. You know what I mean? It was our first gig. It got my feet wet, and then we were starting to do our gigs. It was really, really cool. But yeah, Wayne went on to jam for years. I mean, he's jammed with everybody. He could be on the professional circuit easily, Wayne, at any time. And so Byron wanted Wayne to drum with Laura, and they went with Timmy. And then Byron was like, well, I mean, Wayne got all this stuff worked up. Hey. And then here I came, wanting to be the next Eddie Vedder rage thingy going. So I come in there. And then Les I knew for years from Cool Daddies. I knew Les from the Samurai, from Cool Daddies from way back. So all of a sudden they're jamming in Les's backyard in his daddy's shed. And we must have threw down in there for almost a year before, Wayne was like, yo, book a gig. And then Rob Miller had a hold of Byron because of Lore. Rob Miller's got it on the CAD. They were playing at, there was a titty bar on I-35. Well, it ain't there no more, but it was like the red light dish, something. And no, Hustlers. We ended up playing at Hustlers was our very first gig, but I think that was after your party at New Year's Eve, your New Year's Eve party at your house with the pool and jacuzzi. It was crazy. I'll never forget because I was like, Leah, when I put this mic up, we're out of here. And we left. So I left early that night. But a few days later, she was like, this is my sister, Amanda. I just wanted to go home with you that night, but my sister wants to date you, and then I ended up dating Amanda like a year and a half later after that. It was that party was pretty epic back then. I'm here to tell you it was huge. It was big time. Yeah. But Jeff is
so out of this connection, Roger and I, with Mr. Rod Cole, drummer bass player, impeccable bass player for Otis Watkins, many other jam bands around town. Rod Cole was a killer inspiration back in the day, and thankfully helped me produce this track, which I believe is right here. Here we are.
And you find it, right?
Metal. I found it.
Oh, my God. It was way back in the day.
Coming up right now, this is the 2005 mix of Stoops Troops. I'm going to mute it so we can listen to the full track. So this is my own licensed material produced by Jethreaux's Beet Farm Studios back in 2003. Enjoy. Yeah. We'll be right back with more.
Shot! Dreams. I don't know, it's just how it seems. After 7 and 5, you'd have thought they cheated. Not losing at home and going undefeated. The rare arsenals like a stealth attack. You don't even want to get the ball back. Defense so bad you're scared. Cowboys and Huskers can't compare. This is for the Stoops Troops. And all the noise, if you're coming and coming, better bring your boys. It's for the Stoops Troops. And all the noise, if you're coming and coming, better bring your boys. They're screaming, ooh, did you hear that? Ooh, did you hear that hit? They're screaming, ooh, did you hear that? Ooh, did you hear that hit? They're screaming, oh, you can't flex this. Always talking about don't mess with Texas. Truth be told, damn, you can't get the best. There's only reason on the map you're to stay right next to. So, like a truant, I run right through it. Like Greg Pruitt, like he said, just do it. The whole crowd, real loud, say it proud, screaming loud for the Stoops Troops. And all the noise, if you're coming and coming, better bring your boys. It's for the Stoops Troops. And all the noise, if you're coming and coming, better bring your boys. They're screaming, ooh, did you hear that? Ooh, did you hear that hit? They're screaming, ooh, did you hear that? Ooh, did you hear that hit? hit. Ooh, did you hear that? Ooh, did you hear that hit? Somebody please go and call Joe Theismann and tell him that Heifel should have won the Heisman. That's alright, you'll see it on game night. Cause he resides in Norman here with Jason White. And it's still reminding me of Stoops' dynasty and new recruits, man. It ain't hard to see when you were little kids and you was doing Twizzlers. This was Sooner Nation, home of Barry Switzer. Trophy cases stacked and packed to the back. We're all 4 deep with brother James Black. The whole crowd, real loud, saying proud, screaming loud for the Stoops Troops. And all the noise, if you're coming to Norman, better bring your boys, it's for the Stoops Troops. And all the noise, if you're coming to Norman, better bring them.
That was Roger Ladd, Wayne Duncan,
It was cool.
Rod Cole.
And Jeff Gill
Some
throwing
fuckhead
down on.
named Jeff Gill.
Let me tell you, this Jeff Gill that I found, I just scraped him up from somewhere back in the day, right? But let me tell you about this cat. This little fucker can play and he can sing. He can sing his ass off and he can throw down. And when he gets
And he
raspy,
produced that shit back in 2003.
Forget that bullshit. When he gets raspy and does like some Black Crows and some soul, like when you get into the soul-y bluesy shit, that's when you're at your fucking best.
So after the heart
Sublime,
surgery,
I've even heard you do Sublime, just tits, dude. I've heard you do Sublime, Black Crows, and some bluesy shit off the chart.
So Scout calls me up. Simple Souls, my cover band that I would play with forever, doing the Edmund gigs, fucking playing Norman, all that shit. He calls me up, and he says he's got a show, and the band that he's been playing with, they're flaking out, and he's just wants to try something different. And it's the fucking Gusher up in Guthrie. I've played there 1 million times. And Julian Childs. Shout out to Julian, JCB Audio Lab. Fucking, he's in the crowd. And I seriously have not picked up a guitar because I've been playing bass for Deathbox.
No shit.
And out of the blue, I grab a guitar. He's got an amp. He's got the PA. He's got the drummer. We played 4 sets of 45 minutes. And I cheated my ass off. Basically, I utilized the rasp of my voice to cover what notes I couldn't hit because I hadn't worked my voice up. And Julian's sitting in the crowd just dying laughing because he sees what I'm doing. He's like, you fucking cheater. Because it sounds great. It sounds great for what I'm doing. And this is coming from having opened for Marshall Tucker. When you hear Pretty Little Love Song coming out of these boys that have been doing it for so long. And then
Marshall Tucker.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm like, oh, so that's how you do it when you get there. You just can't be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that coming from the fucking mandolin in the background.
Well, you can pull it off, brother, with the
Right.
best of them. I've seen you pull off some shit.
The thing right now has been totally, like I said, since 2003. You were there with me in that studio on Martin Luther King Avenue in Oklahoma City.
Martin Luther King Avenue.
The Beet Farm, the original.
And then I did the Martin Luther King parade.
No, that was
with
Lincoln.
the Thunder. I even did the
King was where the shootings and stabbing were. Douglas
okay,
High
well,
School. Thank you very much. Shout out Douglas.
Hookers are safer. Than
Right
that.
across the street. Now, they just rebuilt the stadium, right?
Oh, yeah, they got money into it. But listen, I ended up doing Martin Luther King Day parade with the Thunder. Like, Russell Westbrook was a rookie drafted, and he's in this little stagecoach thing behind me, right? And we're going, it's just me and that brother I told you, Courtney Chubb Moses from Equilibrium, and he went to Jackson State University, so he's got the Black University, drumline stuff going on, and he's a great chops, dude. Like,
Wait a minute.
He can
Hang
keep
on
up
a
with
second.
me.
This sounds like a new. You were with the Thunder?
Yes, the very first
So,
year.
when we come back, guys, we're going to be talking Thunder basketball. So, y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to be coming. I mean, I am producing this show. This is my show. This is Jethreaux. It's really Jethreaux. And we're really stoned. We're going to be right back, y'all. Again, I want to tell YouTube before you fucking copyright tag me, I own that 3 seconds of material. He never comes in and says, "Inagata Vida, baby." It never happens. It's not Inagata Vida. Don't tag me.
Right.
And right back with Roger Ladd.
Listen. Don't worry, brother, because they don't have the
Thunder basketball.
Well, they don't have the rights to this beatbox neither.
Choke up on the mic. Get it.
Wow.
Oh. Oh. They don't own that neither, brother. Don't worry about it. Sorry, that was a little bit of New Jersey that just came at you right there. So anyway, so the Seattle Supersonics were basically lied to, right? So Mr. Where did they all go for coffee? Mr. Starbucks didn't want to put the money.
Gay.
Yeah, Mr. Starbucks didn't want to put the money in for the arena, so Mr. Clay Bennett, the oil guy, bought him, and they said, we're not going to move him here, don't worry, but they did anyway, and they knew they were going to. So they came here, and the very first year they came here, they were the Seattle Supersonics, and the next year they came here to Oklahoma City Thunder, and I was one of the drummers for the Thunder team for every game. It was really, really cool.
But you were, and it's working, right?
It was.
What's wrong? Back to the beatbox? Are we here right now?
There it is.
No. Please continue
What?
your story.
Okay. So I did the.
It was
the
amazing.
The first year that the Thunder basically came from Seattle, that was when I was on the drum team. And it was really cool because they were just like, okay, what do you guys want to do? They just basically, they were so far behind on stuff. They were just like, let's just throw them in a room and let them figure it out. And then we kind of hashed it out and came out with stuff that was so cool that because they didn't have Rumble the mascot figured out, basically they wanted us to do a routine every other game, but there were only 9 of them during the course of the season. Well, because they didn't have Rumble the mascot figured out, they needed more time spots. They needed, out of the third quarter into the fourth quarter. They needed more of them. So basically, we sat down, we started drumming. And then my boy, Courtney Chubb Moses, who drums for Equilibrium, he was like, so you mean to tell me you marched Blue Devil snare line, dude, 94 Blue Devil snare line? And I was like, yes, sir. And he was like, all right, y'all, whatever he wants to do, just drum the exercises and learn his shit, because I'm telling you. So I gave him a bunch of exercises, and we started drumming stuff. And then we went on, and they were like, all right, we need routines. And because Rumble wasn't ready, they're like, all right, we need a different routine from you guys every other game. And at that point, I was like, oh, my God. The choreographer for the cheerleaders is getting paid in full. Believe that. All these cheerleaders chicks are wanting to be the next, what's her name that played? Paula Abdul.
So I just
They're all
snorted.
wanting to be the next Paula Abdul, cheerleading for the Lakers. But here you are telling me we were going to do 9 performances that season. All of a sudden now you want a different performance, hot and fresh out the kitchen, every other game. So it came out to like 18. It was like really fast, and then one kid was going to school.
It's all fun and games so you dumb fucks break stuff.
Yeah, stop messing around. So one kid's going to school, and he was the weakest one. You know what I mean?
Damien.
I had a few cats that were there for every practice to write something new. But to do one every other game, it was like, man, I don't have this kid here and this dude's chops. So it was on buckets one game. It was garbage cans the next. Then it was a drumline thing the next. Then they wanted to incorporate Rumble and do, he was in the center with all the splash cymbals, and we were doing something with that. Then we had one with the kid that was always not there. We had him in a garbage can, and we spilled him over, and he came out and started hitting something. I mean, that was cool. Thanksgiving, my wife, so I brought her these pots and pans. They're like, we'll do something with the table, and we'll just have a bunch of pots and pans. So I bring my wife's cookware out there, right? And I'm like, all right. There's a bunch of cheap stuff, and then there's a bunch of really expensive stuff my mother-in-law bought my wife for cooking and stuff. My wife's a great cook.
Took the good dishes.
So I brought all the good cookware, and I brought this cheap stuff, and I'm like, let them ping and pang and find different pitches and figure out what they want to use. So don't you know, for the Thanksgiving game for the Thunder, my boys all picked out. They're like, I like this one, and I like this one. And my wife went to that game, and she's like, Roger, are you telling me that you've got my the pot that my mom just bought me last Christmas, like the high dollar, the nonstick, the high dollar shit. You've got it down there, and they're banging on the shit. But it was. I just wanted to do whatever they wanted to do. And
so what that little scuttle was about? Those of you on video that saw me and Damien there. I mean, Mick Jr.
They didn't see it.
Okay, so Damien wasn't impressed by my attempt to clean up the spilled Jack Daniels by snorting spillage.
Never is.
And I actually snorted a good portion of the goddamn
Jack
spillage
Daniels.
up. And if I was a 15-year-old little douche,
You're clipping the shit out of that.
I know. But if I was a 15-year-old little douche and I just watched somebody snort half a shot of Gentleman Jack off of the counter,
I'd be impressed.
I would have followed the direction that if you just simply wipe that
I'd have
whole
been like,
part of the counter
Fuck
up,
it, dude, I got it.
it's disinfected and
That's
sanitized.
Damien, though. He's not a team player. Goddamn.
I know that's why he's on
The
our
reason
show.
we call him the Mick.
This is why he's on our show. You know,
That's why he's not on the show, actually. It's
Well,
like
well,
90% of the
again-
time his ass is never here. Like,
Again.
hey, it's Uncle Danny and no fucking buddy.
Mick Stone
And
was
then
an
it's
idea
like
conceived
McStone
by
is
somebody
gone
that was
somewhere.
yeah. So,
So
but
it's become Jethreaux and Uncle Danny.
to some degree, well,
Doesn't matter what show we do. It's Jethreaux and Uncle Danny. It just depends on who's running the show. It's the only difference.
Right.
well, I've been trying to show that I have the credentials.
Right.
See, anybody can buy the equipment. Anybody can say that they know how to plug it in and run this shit. But as you can see from the GoPro angle, I'd like to give a shout out to Midas Consoles, Dave Rat, fucking Tim Giros, and the IATSE Local 112.
I'm going to get Jeff on the guitar here before too long. So.
Oh shit! That sounds like a new
much?
topic for a new section, so that we can make sure our sponsors get paid.
Shaka, shaka, shaka,
What can we possibly? I mean, surely I'm not professional enough to. Oh, maybe I am.
You pulled that off.
Wow.
Well. Because it's not the second verb. YouTube, don't demonetize me. Try to make ends meet with your own material, but YouTube demonetizes. Hey, if you want, we can take this show out, come back with Uncle Danny.
I want y'all to throw down. I got a P2, though.
Well, you know what? Let's play another one of your songs.
Well,
While I'm in here,
Really?
hey, everybody,
something
I
else?
recorded a song
Tell me.
with my buddy back in, actually, it wasn't with my,
What?
I was with Mary Beth Baker and her 4 children,
I don't even know who
and
that is.
I was working a Dell Latitude laptop. I wasn't even running guitar amps. It was like a Beet. It was that Jeff guitar that's over in the corner that the kids play on.
Uh-huh.
And I was just working with Adobe Audition 1.5 because we're talking, this is 2007. Now, my bro here, Roger Ladd, wrote a song called Break Me Away.
Let me hear it.
And I released...
Your rendition. You stole my shit, is what you did. I seen it. Let's do it. Let me hear
Okay, you say I stole your shit. This
it.
is the thing
dude,
that
listen,
happened.
I'm over that, dude.
My
Listen.
homeboy,
Not
Roger Ladd, has this killer melody.
And
And
It needed
I
help.
put a fucking chord progression to it. Bradley Worsham, big shout out, Bradley.
Bradley, we love
Big
you.
Daddy Bradley, we
I
love
wanted-
you.
You know, I should have told him I was coming down here.
Bradley told
really
me
should've.
that the chord progression that I put on there was original. That was
Totally, dude.
the coolest shit that he had heard,
It needed, yes.
and he liked it. And so, therefore, I wrote that music to which you are responsible for the lyrics to, even if it's only in homage. Now, I've got this album that I'm dropping in 2010, and
You're late.
yeah.
You're running a little behind, brother. I'm so 2008. You so 2000 and late.
I'm talking about fucking for real, man. Like,
It's 2020 and everything's all fucked up. But 2010, dude, that's when I got married, bro. That's a long time ago, Jiggy.
fuck me. I just had the goddamn folder open. Okay,
Oh,
bFlat
my
back up.
gosh.
Bear with me, people. Okay, fucking, it's not in there.
All the things that you would say. Hey, I never came to see you play, but I'll never, ever push a shove away. I'll never speak to you again.
All right.
No.
Now,
message for dad saying to be a father to a friend.
I want to start
but
this
I'll
off
never
because
ever speak to you again, and you can break me away. Break away all the things that I would say. And
Jack 1, 2, what is this? Pass the money, get it, man, mind your business. We all get off, the shit was soft. Talk about it now as they live in a loft. They tell me who you vote for, I think they're all fucking poor. Tell me now, cause we're selling the score. And bring it back in. So hard you can't tell, as well as a lail. Out of San Joe's Requiem. Calling these names, I'm like I got a bunch of tricks. Running these games, I'm like the New York Knicks. They talk sense cadets. Back up off me. Smell the coffee, he's killing me softly. Yeah, man, I'm break like Jawan. Hitting T straight. Greedy as I, the shit was fly. I know you're a hell of a guy. We was cool back in the day. Everything else, man, the kid didn't play. Rock bells like LL and sitting low on spree wells.
now again, this is the final track to my album side.
I dig it.
Side 1, Part 7 is the track. It used to be on ReverbNation.com, but we're fixing to chill this out. And the hidden track is my bros. Spin Wonder.
You can walk and talk and see New York. You can gawk at the shit that we always bought.
kids then. Then we grew up soft. Here we come now, cause I had to go off. And we was older now. How you wanna play bands? And we going down, tell all your friends.
A freestyle, obviously, would take a while. That's why I'm with a wheel of fucking. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a white boy.
Yo, we was country style for a mile and smile. Everybody else put it all in the pile. We was cool back then, yeah, we all had friends, and now we saw shit that's kicking the trends.
In 30 seconds, you hear my song inspired by my boy Roger Ladd. He is the lad who I put the first verse about in this song. So everyone stay tuned. This is my own licensed material. Stay tight. That's right. That's Jethreaux bFart production from 2003. We're going to be right back. We're going to use this to go to break with. You all stick around.
I fucked up the whole beginning of the second verse. Oh, you can't flex this. Always talking about don't mess with Texas. I screwed that all up.
That's okay.
Totally forgot about it.
What the fuck we were playing.
Let's do it, man. All right, so we're back, y'all. We decided to say, fuck it. We've been drinking whiskey, and we playing some music.
We've been drinking,
This is some unlicensed shit that we're playing. Now, this clipping that you hear is only...
I ain't seen you in years, and I was like, fuck it, let's throw something down, Rage like.
Once again, this is episode 6 of Really Jethreaux with McStoned. Be sure you stay tuned to the Viking Ranch podcast channel. We're going to try and get Lads Lab to be a regular feature on this channel.
That's cool.
He's going to be moving out to the southern Jersey. Talk to us.
South Jersey. I'm going to be on a dairy farm, a third-generation dairy farm that is... You know, when I tell people I'm from New Jersey, so me and my wife were both from New Jersey, but we met in Oklahoma. And most people...
Get in the mic.
Yeah. When most people think New Jersey, they think like the stereotypical North Jersey. They think the Sopranos, all the TV shows, the movies. My wife's part of New Jersey is a totally different world. Like...
Does she wear a bonnet?
Well, it says Garden State on the tag, and it's because of South Jersey. It's all tree nurseries and dairy farms. It's a totally different thing. North Jersey is a whole other world.
Didn't they legalize weed there?
No, but supposedly...
Bastards.
And this is one of the reasons my wife's got me going back. She's like, oh, the next go-around, it's going to pass. They have medical.
Yeah, you need a weed farm.
They have medical. But last time I was there, they
You, my friend, need a weed farm in Jersey. You know why? So I have a place to visit.
Ding, 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 ding.
I have friends all over the place with weed farms.
And send that shit to Canada. I mean, Canada went legal, and they were out, like, immediately. So I'm thinking the supply and demand. You need to grow the shit. Send it up to Canada. I don't know what the laws are, but we'll figure it out.
You know what I'm saying?
What's Damien? So what the fuck you do now?
Thank God he's the living.
Woo! Whoop! Whoop! Hello.
Is there anyone
hello. Where can you turn me up a little bit?
I want to take a moment to talk about the
I can't hear me. It's not my headset. I'm looking at my levels. Like I'm about 2/3 lower than everyone else on the board.
What do you got going on in the farm?
Where am I? Is this me?
This is you right here.
Me.
No.
Me. No.
There he is.
That's the bullet mic.
Oh, well, shit.
That's the bullet mic. See bullet? Danny.
Granddad.
I did this on purpose so that you would be close. These first two are you.
Dude, he's funny, dude. He's a character. I love him already. I'm here to tell you. Dude. Yeah, he's cool as a fan, dude.
All right, I don't know what the fuck.
He's the coolest fan in this fucking room.
No, I'm not a fan. I'm a fucking celebrity.
10-4. I know that's right.
Shit. It just depends on who you're talking to. I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you what, guys. This has been probably the most exciting and enjoyable Jethreaux show yet. And ever. Dude, we just started this last week. Dude.
So we need to get some swingers to come and do a show.
Power to the people.
Fucking A, the video will be banned on YouTube.
Be like, this was the best fucking show.
That's why I asked you if you knew my buddy, because I was like, oh, fuck, he bought the
wait, what? Okay, what was his name?
No, I'm not saying
I remember the
Before we get into the graphic details.
God damn, that was loud. Look at all that fucking clipping he got going on.
Yeah, commercial break. Get it right.
You have been listening to Really Jethreaux with McStone, brought to you by the Viking Ranch Podcast Channel and Spreaker.